the major elements in cinema, sound is of the highest importance when creating films, and in this video we'll be looking at the various features of sound in film and how they are created.
Yes!
Django Unchained is a tense and epic movie, meaning each and every little sound has to be perfectly recreated in the Foley studio by Gary Heckler, one of the world's best Foley artists. Though you may have never heard of his name, you've most certainly heard of his work in productions like Spider-Man from 2002 and thousands of other Hollywood's best movies. The technique Foley, created by Jack Foley, is now used in almost all movies, from the most expensive blockbusters all the way down to small indie films. Being able to control the sound perfectly means you're able to set the exact atmosphere you're aiming for. Watching the movie, you may be surprised to the amount of noises that are created by Foley and what is artificial or natural recorded audio. Some of the noise include the sound of the horse hooves on the sand being recreated by coconuts, all the way up to the sound of Jamie Foxx's breathing as he is held upside down in a metal mask covering his face. As I said, being able to control the sound allows the sound to be perfectly created to match the atmosphere. A perfect example of this is this scene. We track right following a pair of cowboy boots, revealing our main character hung up. However, if we break the sounds down to the scene, it's so much more. Each tap of the boots is on the floor is matched with a simple, daunting sound of the metal spurs jangling. Finally, we see the man in the boots tap the mask and is followed by another recreated sound by Jamie's breathing. That perfectly explains to the audience the shock and fear of the character, even though he has not said anything, he has only breathed. In any scene of movies, there will always be atmospheric sound, even if it's just the hum of a machine in the background or the wind blowing the trees. There will never be complete silence, as there never is in real life. A specific type of atmospheric sound can set the location for the scene and easily shows to the audience rather than explaining through dialogue. It can also set the mood of a scene better than other ways. Creating the perfect atmospheric sound is as easy as going to the matching location and recording it with a microphone, and then going and editing it later to perfect the sound, getting rid of anything unwanted. Most atmospheric sounds you don't notice. Your mind hears them and knows what it is instantly, therefore links that sound to what the creators are trying to tell you. For example, if you hear the sound of traffic, you instantly think of a city location with a stressful, tense atmosphere, just like the feeling of being stuck in traffic. Building up a scene with SFX and atmospheric sounds can only make it so impactful. For it to become a masterpiece, it also needs a key ingredient: amazing dialogue. Of course, most of the time dialogue can just be normal conversations. However, when the directors are out to move you with their words, they can create some awe-inspiring scenes. A wonderful example of this is the speech from the movie Any Given Sundays. Watching the scene gets you as hyped up as the football team in the scene, along with bringing you close to tears due to the beauty of the speech. The voice of the character is extremely important, and the low, rough yet powerful voice of Al Pacino is perfect for this point in the movie where they're at their lowest and they need to be reminded why they still fight on to win. Along with the voice, you need a good speech, and this is on one of the best. Good dialogue for speeches is hard to explain, but the best way is when you explain life in perfect words that are usually the hardest to find. Analysing the scene, you can see the use of dialogue and its importance when put together with the other sounds. The scene in the beginning, all we can hear is Al Pacino, obviously, but he is still quiet, and there is still atmospheric sound of the players that raise intensity of the scene, using a lack of silence very intelligently. Then, as the scene moves on, we hear the music raising in the background, and Al Pacino gets more energetic and hypes up the players. This scene is a perfect example of how using all different types of sounds can create a scene.
You gotta look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now, I think you're gonna see a guy who will go that inch with you. Hell yeah. You're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're gonna do the same for him. Hell yeah. That's a team, gentlemen. Hell yeah.
Movies without music would be weird, as in many scenes there are even a low tune in the background to avoid complete silence and also complement the story or continue the story. On the other hand, we have epic scenes, beautiful cinematography matched with the perfect tracks that look beautiful. Short film Crop Circles, directed by music producer Nines, has some great scenes matched with the music of his most recent album. The small yet effective scenes smoothly move on the small story whilst giving you beautiful cinematography.
We supplying you the thing in the snow. I think I know what they want, I think I know. Yeah, I could smoke for your whole fucking ends. On the low, got the woe in a bed.
The music choice is very important for filming your film. Crop Circles is a UK-based gangster film, and it perfectly matched it would be UK grime, whereas in an epic adventure movie you'd need an epic song orchestrated beautifully that overpowers the audience. A perfect choice for this is Interstellar's soundtrack produced by Hans Zimmer, and an outstanding track that gives all the scenes in Interstellar a higher level of intensity than other movies.
Retro thrusters. Main engines on.